Good morning, friends. But it's like that today also it not be a great morning because now again the global market started falling again. Yesterday, if you see Dow Jones fallen by almost 876 points, Nasdaq by almost 530 points. So XGX basically XGX Nifty is currently showing 90 points or down, but it may happen that within 1 hour when the real market updates happens, no, that it may fall a lot from there also. So what is going on in US market? Because no, in US market, as I told you yesterday, that inflation actually gone up to 8.6%, which is one of the highest in last 40 years. Now that is why there is a fear that US may go down to a global recession, and there may be a stagflation, and that is the reason why global markets are going down. And the problem is S&P already down by almost 40%, which means that it is already entering a bear market. Now, these are not all a good sign for world economy, because US market is the mother of all market. Now, if US market goes down in such a way, of course, we will follow. Indian market is not so much in a problem like US, but we of course follow the US market, Europe market, because now all we are interconnected. So we cannot ignore that. Now, the problem is that now, today onwards, the Fed meeting is going to start. So today and tomorrow, and by tomorrow, we'll come to know what is the Fed rate hike. Now, there is a chances that they may increase by 0.75 basis point, which is actually almost 25% of economists are thinking that it may increase by 0.75. Then if they really increase, that may be one of the highest rate increase in recent history. So this is what problem is then, and Fed is actually behind the curve and not able to control inflation in US basically. Okay, now talking about US economy only, Musk already told its employees now that prepare for the tough quarter, because there is a problem of semiconductor in China, because you are aware that China was in lockdown for actually in many cities in China were in lockdown because of the COVID crisis and because of their zero COVID policy. Slowly and gradually they are coming up, and now they are actually coming in a full force. But yes, the quarter was actually their production were in a problem because of this supply chain issue. Now talking about cryptocurrency. Now cryptocurrency, as you are aware, now it's a quite a risky access, and because of this meltdown at global level, now cryptocurrency valuation has gone below $1 trillion. Now they reach actually about $2.9 trillion before few months, and now because of the global market, people are getting out from the risky assets, and that is why cryptocurrency is down. So that is, whenever you deal with all these type of highly risky currency, you have to be careful, because money can come in fast and money can go out fast, and it is highly volatile. That's why it is not advisable that everyone should go into crypto. Of course, now young generation is much more attracted with the cryptocurrency, but everything comes with the pros and cons. So you have to see access your risk before getting into cryptocurrency, because it is not game for everyone. Now talking about crude, again crude. Today when I am delivering this note to you, it is around 122. Again, it has come up from 199 yesterday. The reason is that now it is said that China is coming with the full force, because China, as you are aware, was not in full force because of that COVID crisis, and because of so many lockdowns. Now they are coming up, and they are asking for more oil, and that is why demand is there. And actually, one of the UAE ministers already told that crude has still not reached its peak. It may go above from here also. Now, that is not a good news. Also, where Russia somehow now not sending us a discounted oil. They are sending, but HPCL and BPCL, they have told no, because they were not getting that. They were telling that actually they do not have that type of discounted oil quantity available with them, and that was the reason. So somehow, if the oil price go up from here, that is also a problem. Now talking about Indian inflation. Yesterday, Indian inflation figure were out, and it was 7.04, which is quite good comparatively, because if you see, earlier it was 7.79%, now it has gone down to 7.04. That shows there is some little bit cool down, and there were fear that inflation may go above 7.54% also. That was an estimate given by economists, because the way US Fed interest rate were actually inflation was high. They were thinking in India also it may be high, but thankfully it is 7.04, which is at a lower level. That shows that yes, there are chances that inflation may come down a little bit from here, and it may not be as high as 7.5% average inflation which RBI has given in their monetary policy. But because of this, no, monetary policy committee has actually not able to follow their mandate. Now, their mandate was to keep inflation between 2% to 6%. Now, from last 5 months, no, it is above 6%. That is above 7%. That shows that they have failed, and actually they have to write a note to the government, explain that what was the main reason why they failed in that. So that they have do, and they will see. Actually, now that is what I told yesterday also. No, now actually the role of the central bankers are actually changing, and they are much more prominent to give growth and priority compared to controlling inflation. Now talking about IIP data. Now IIP data day before yesterday only they released, and actually that data was quite good. It was around 7.1%. And because of that, people were thinking that yes, inflation may come on a higher side, because 7.1% is a very good data. Okay, so that shows that okay, it may be, but thankfully inflation did not came so high. And the main reason why IIP was so strong, because of no coke and refined petroleum products and motor vehicles, and all that demand was quite there, and basic metal demand was there, and as a result there was a quite a good growth in IIP front. Again, May and June IIP data may be on a higher side because of the low base of the last year. Now talking about GDP data, even though IIP data inflation is at this level, our forecast for the next year GDP is around 7.3%, and for the financial year 23, and for the 24 it is around 6.45%. Then also India will be one of the large economies growing in a much better pace compared to other economies. Now India's power sector growth has actually increased at a good level, that is around 40,000 to 45,000 megawatt per day. That is what power minister told yesterday, and the reason was simple, because of the no this high heat wave. There was a more demand on that part, and that's why there was a very much pressure on the energy front. There was shortage of energy, and that is why Coal India floated almost 2 million term tenders to source around 60 lakhs tons of coal from various avenues. Okay, even from overseas also. So this was in order to provide a coal to across the sector in India. The reason was because of the high power demand, and there was a very shortage, and that was why coal now is being imported by Coal India and will be distributed to the state government. Now talking about domestic news, we'll first talk about C Infosystem, that is Mapmyindia system. Well, actually, they have collaborated with ISRO and to actually enhance the quality of 3D maps. Now, see, this is a unique model which Mapmyindia is having. That's why it is having that type of valuation also, correct? And that is why they have such a niche that no one is there in that niche. No, he's almost a market leader. So at this level, and even if it goes down, it provides a good entry point if you want to really enter to a stock which is having a very good niche, because that only will provide you a growth in future. Now, talking about IPL digital rights, IPL, you know that no very cash rich sporting event, and it has sold at a level of 44,000 crore for from 2023 to 2027 television and online broadcast. Now that shows no how powerful the IPL is, and as a result of this, it has become second most lucrative sporting event in the world. Even though India is a developing country, to have a sporting event like an IPL that shows that actually face lot of eyeballs from many other countries now, because no one is able to make this type of franchise. So the hats off to BCCI, to have such type of actually sporting event. Now it brings India at a global level. Now, talking about information technology stocks, as you can see from last few weeks, it is falling a lot, and one of the main reason why it is falling because of the recessionary fears in USA and Europe. And you know that once there is a recessionary fears, there may be a demand slowdown, and also negotiation may come up and everything. Then there will be a problem of margin. That's why IT stocks are falling. And again, yesterday, Nasdaq has fallen by almost 5%. Now, Nasdaq is considered as a mother of IT sector. Okay, mother of IT sector index. Now that falls, then IT sector do fall. So, but at a particular level, these IT stocks do provide a very good level to enter, and that's why actually I'm currently bullish in Infosys, then Tech Mahindra, and Wipro at this level. So you can buy if you want. Okay. And now talking about Torrent Power has completed acquisition of 50 megawatt power plant from Sky Power Group in Telangana. Now, Glenmark Pharma was fallen by almost 3% yesterday. The reason was that US FDA started beginning an inspection in company's Buddy plant. Now, earlier they already intimated they are going to actually do an investigation, but no, this is a very much normal phenomena in pharma company, because once the US FDA start an investigation and if some observation comes, then the plant get delayed and their operation gets delayed, and as a result their production capacity get impacted. And because of that, every time US FDA does an investigation in any of the plant in any of the pharma company, there is always an no nervousness going around the market about that investigation. Talking about RBL Bank, you guys have seen that RBL Bank fallen by almost 21% yesterday because they appointed R. Subramaniam Kumar for 3 years. He is from PSU Bank because as a CEO, because the earlier CEO, the Vishwas Ahuja already left 6 months ago. Now the problem why it has fallen so much. Once a time, RBL was at around 700 rupees. Now it is trailing around 89 rupees. That shows that most of the damage in the stock is done. And the reason for the fall was that as CLSA also told that there is no clarification given why Ahuja left the company 6 months ago. And again, why they are deploying an PSU sector director again as a CEO of the company. What is cooking around in the RBL balance sheet? That is what actually market is fearing, and that's why it is going down. But let's see. Hopefully, it may come up from here. But all this uncertainty is not actually making. Actually, it is making market much more nervous at this level for RBL Bank. Talking about India in deal value, because of Adani's USD $10.5 billion acquisition from Holicom, that is ACC and Ambuja, it deal actually got double in the month of May around USD $19.1 billion. Now, because of Adani help, no deal was double, and that is a good sign that yes, see, all this deal also bringing foreign currency from outside. Of course, through Adani, we are not get foreign currency, but yes, that helps with the foreign exchange reserve also. Now, Indian equity investor got poorer by almost 9.7.5 lakh crore in last 2 to 3 days because of the heavy decline in capital market. Now, we should understand why there is a heavy decline in the capital market because of the US and Europe meltdown, whatever happening. But the problem is impact of whatever world economy does impact in India also. That's why we have fallen by almost 9.7 lakh crore. Let's see whether how much down is there from here also. Now LIC is down by almost 6% and hit a record low of 668. Now you understand LIC, for whom the valuation was so good. But then also because of the PSU sector and because of the market meltdown, no, because because of that the embedded value of the LIC goes down. There's such a big fall has come and it is almost down by 30%. That is why no investor always no thinking about whether to invest in PSU sector or not, because all this brings a negative sentiment in the investor mindset that whether they should invest in PSU sector or not. Even the valuation of LIC was good, still it is not able to recover. So, guys, this was all about today's news. Hope you are liking it. And if you really want to understand more about fundamental of stocks and everything and how to evaluate, no, I'm conducting a free webinar this Sunday. You can join it. You can click the below link and join it. And guys, do tune every morning because I'm coming to you with the daily news and market analysis, which can help you to get gauge with the market which is starting after 1 or 2 hours. Okay, so stay tuned. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. And do subscribe and like this video because it helped me a lot. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.